Imagine waking up one morning, groggy from last night's late-night pizza binge, to discover that Cardano just blasted off like a space shuttle, your ADA holding a tenfold gain. Would your heart race or would you faint into your beanbag? Today we're diving headfirst into why Cardano might be resurrecting from its crypt market nap and rocketing toward $7. Spoiler alert, it's not magic, it's method. Hello fellas watching around the world, welcome back to another episode of Zaki Crypto Update. I'm your crypto concierge, Zaki, guiding you through blockchains, breakouts, and belly laughs. If you're craving honest analysis sprinkled with a dash of absurdity, you're in the right place. Hit that subscribe button now to join our crypto crusade. This video is for educational purposes only and does not constitute financial advice. Always perform your research before allocating capital. Stay with me until the end, because not only will we unpack why top analysts foresee a 1000% surge to $7, but I'll also share my own spicy opinion on whether ADA's next rally will resemble a rocket launch or a paper airplane crash. Let's rewind to this past Monday, when Cardano flirted with danger by failing to seal the deal above a symmetrical triangle. You know, triangles on charts are like math class nightmares. No one wants to solve them unless there's profit at the end. But then, like an overachieving student, ADA vaulted above the $0.634 mark, reclaiming territory and teasing bulls everywhere. Now picture renowned commentator Jad Mubaslat, DZ on X, stroking his beard as he analyzes historical cycles. On April 21st, he urged hodlers to exhibit Zen patience, likening the current dip to a brief power outage in an otherwise bright crypto city. He pointed out that ADA is down roughly 52% from last year's high of $1.327 and about 80% from its all-time peak of $3.16. Ouch. But dig deeper and you'll find a silver lining, a trend line that has guided Cardano's peak since its genesis, like breadcrumbs in a blockchain Hansel and Gretel tale. In January 2018, Cardano tussled with that very line at $1.31. In August 2021, it punched the same trend line at $3.10. DZ's chart predicts another rendezvous, this time at $7.09, implying a 1071% upside. Yes, you heard that right, an 11-bagger. It's almost comedic, like ordering a cheeseburger and getting a buffet, but the charts don't lie. If history repeats, ADA could be gearing up for its grand encore. Meanwhile, analyst Tim Warren chimed in with two catalysts that could ignite this rally. 1. Mass adoption via Cardano's smart contract ecosystem finally escaping the slow cooker. 2. Increased staking yields luring institutional titans like bees to honey. In my humble, but spicy, opinion, Cardano's emphasis on academic rigor and peer-reviewed upgrades gives it a sturdier foundation than many hype-driven tokens sporting cartoon mascots. When the bulls come charging, they'll find a well-engineered herd. But hold on, another voice emerges from the crypto wilderness. Enter Crypto Patel, who insists that Cardano is far from dead. He highlights a symmetrical ascending channel, reminiscent of a ski slope sweet spot that launched ADA toward its 2021 zenith. Identifies major support at 45 cents and an accumulation zone between 45 cents and 65 cents. He forecasts three milestones, $2, $4, then $6, equating to gains of 344%, 688%, and 1,188% respectively. That $6 target translates to a near 700% surge from today's levels. Picture Patel calmly stating that you should sit tight like a cat on a windowsill while ADA bounces inside that channel. If you're anything like me, you're halfway to stocking up on celebratory confetti already. Yet patience remains the secret sauce. Crypto tends to reward the patient, punishing the impulsive with reprimands as stern as a middle school principal. Let's weave in a quick storyline. Imagine you're a time traveler landing in 2030. You stroll through a digital bazaar where Cardano is the accepted currency for coffee, concert tickets, and perhaps even a Mars shuttle ticket. You overhear traders joking, "Remember when ADA was a penny crypto nobody took seriously?" The laughter echoes around you. That future scenario hinges on the next bull cycle firing on all cylinders. And if those historical trend lines are any guide, the next address for ADA could indeed be somewhere near that $7 mailbox. Of course, not everyone in crypto land shares this optimism. Skeptics point to slow development rollouts and the daunting pace of peer review processes. They argue that speed kills, meaning slower blockchains lose out in the race. But here's where my personal 2 cents collide with theirs. Speed without security is like a race car without seatbelts. Sure, Solana can zoom, but occasional breaks make a mess. Cardano's cautious approach may feel sluggish, yet it delivers the stability that institutions crave. And when Wall Street dips its toe, they'll prefer a calm sea over stormy waves. Now, let's break down the arithmetic of a 1000% rally. If ADA climbs from today's $0.634 to that dreamy $7.09, early adopters who invested at 10 cents would see a 7,000% gain. That turns every $10 into 70. If you bought a pizza with ADA back in 2017, an ironic nod to Bitcoin Pizza Day, you'd be sipping lattes instead of stirring regret. And speaking of pizza, when ADA hits $7, maybe we'll all upgrade to artisan truffle toppings. Between you and me, I'm inherently skeptical of flawless bull predictions. Crypto markets have egos bigger than Hollywood divas. Can swipe 40% in a heartbeat. Yet, when the stars align, strong fundamentals, growing developer activity, and broad sentiment turning bullish, ADA could finally break out of its cocoon. Before we rocket toward the CTA, here's where you play your part. If you're digging this analysis, strike that like button as if you're punching the to the moon button on a spaceship. And ring that bell so every future rally alert lands directly in your inbox. After all, missing 1,000% run would hurt more than stepping barefoot on Lego bricks. If this deep dive fueled your excitement, hit the like button now and subscribe for fearless, fun, and fact-filled crypto updates. Don't let FOMO steal your thunder. Back to the narrative. Aside from chart patterns and trend lines, keep an eye on three key metrics: staking participation rates, developer commits on Cardano's GitHub, and exchange listings. Rising staking participation signals growing confidence. More GitHub activity hints at upcoming features. Fresh exchange listings boost liquidity. When all three indicators flash green, you'll want to don your bullish helmet and charge forward, safely. Let's talk timeline. Historically, Cardano's bull runs have followed Bitcoin halving events by roughly 6 to 12 months. The next halving is slated for spring 2024. If the pattern holds, mid-2025 to late 2025 could unveil ADA's breakout. That means today's dip might be the trough before the wave. In plain English, buckle up and hodl. As always, I've got my popcorn and rubber gloves, because crypto feels like a chaotic cooking show where every ingredient can explode. But if Cardano's team sticks to their roadmap, introducing Hydra for scaling, advancing governance via Voltaire, and rolling out real-world asset tokenization, then this story reads less like fantasy and more like a strategic blockbuster. If you're still with me, don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell. Trust me, you don't want to arrive late to this potential ADA party. I appreciate every one of you for tuning in. Your likes, comments, and shares keep this channel alive and absurdly entertaining. If you crave more cryptographic capers, click on one of my other videos right here. Until next time, may your portfolios prosper and your jokes land better than my pizza puns. Stay curious, stay cautious, and keep hodling on Zaki Crypto Update.